I remember the day I realized my parents would rather protect my sister's ego than celebrate my happiness. The morning of my wedding was supposed to be filled with excitement, the kind that makes your stomach flip and your hands tremble when you look in the mirror and see a version of yourself you've waited your whole life to become. But instead, as the sun poured through the window of the bridal suite, all I could feel was dread. My phone buzzed. Again. And again. Mom, Diane, we've talked about this. Please reconsider the fireworks. Mom, it's not about you showing off. It's about the family image. Dad, you know your sister's feelings are still raw. Raw, I whispered to myself, gripping my phone so tightly my knuckles went white. My sister, Rachel, the golden child. The perfect one who'd married a lawyer 2 years ago in a quiet ceremony with pastel flowers and a string quartet. Mom called it elegant restraint. And now, because my wedding had a live band, crystal chandeliers, and a dress that actually shimmered, they said I was trying to outshine her. Rachel had always been the benchmark. The good grades, the good husband, the perfect smile at every family gathering. I was the one who laughed too loud, wore too much lipstick, and refused to play the part of the demure younger daughter. When I got engaged to Alex, a man who looked at me like I was the only person in the room, they pretended to be happy. But when they saw the venue I picked, they started using words like tacky and competitive. The last straw came a week before the wedding. Mom and Dad invited me to dinner to talk things through. When I arrived, Rachel was already there, sitting with that smug little half-smile she wore like perfume. Mom started softly. Sweetheart, you know we love you. But the fireworks, the champagne tower, the luxury car entrance, it's all a bit much, don't you think? We don't want people comparing. Comparing? I asked. To Rachel? Dad sighed. We just want both of our daughters to shine in their own ways. Maybe tone yours down, make it more tasteful. Rachel leaned forward. It's not about me, Diane. It's just that you don't need to prove anything. That was when something inside me snapped. You think this is about you? I'm marrying the man I love, and you're worried I'll upstage your Pinterest perfect wedding? You all can stay home if it bothers you so much. And apparently, they took me at my word. On the morning of my wedding, the only message I got from Mom was, "We're sorry, but we can't support this kind of spectacle. We hope you'll understand." Understand. So I walked down that aisle with no father by my side. My maid of honor, my best friend Tara, squeezed my hand so tight I thought I might cry, but I didn't. Not then. I saved my tears for later, when I saw the empty front row seats where my parents were supposed to sit. The band played beautifully, the guests cheered, and Alex looked at me like I was made of starlight. But part of me, deep inside, was shattered. When the fireworks exploded that night, everyone gasped in awe. I just stood there, numb, staring up at the sky. Each burst of light felt like a reminder of everything I'd lost just to make them see me. But they didn't come. Not that night. Not for the reception. Not even a call the next day. It took me 6 months to figure out what kind of revenge I wanted. Not the loud, fiery kind. Not the kind they could dismiss as Diane being dramatic. No, this would be quiet. Surgical. Elegant, the way Rachel liked it. When Rachel and her husband announced they were expecting their first baby, my parents were over the moon. They threw her a lavish baby shower, everything in pastel pink and gold. And, for the first time since my wedding, I was invited. I arrived wearing white. Not a soft ivory, not beige, pure, brilliant white. Every head turned as I walked in, smiling politely, holding a small gift wrapped in silver. My mother's face froze. "Diane," she said through gritted teeth. "You look radiant." I wanted to keep it tasteful, I said with a sweet smile. Rachel gave a forced laugh. Still love the drama, huh? I tilted my head. Oh, not at all. I just wanted to make sure everyone saw what tasteful really looks like. I handed her the gift. Inside was a small, handcrafted baby blanket embroidered with one simple word, forgiven. No one spoke. The room went silent except for the faint hum of a string quartet playing in the background. Rachel blinked. Forgiven? For what? I met her eyes. For teaching me that I never needed anyone's approval to be happy. Especially not yours. And then, as if the universe wanted to punctuate the moment, the projector flickered to life behind me. My gift had included a photo montage, something Rachel's husband had agreed to play. It showed highlights from my wedding, the fireworks, the dancing, the laughter, the way Alex kissed me like the world had stopped spinning. Every person in that room saw what they'd missed, the beauty, the love, the joy. Mom looked like she'd seen a ghost. Dad just stared at the screen, pale and silent. I didn't stay to watch the end. I walked out before the video finished, my heels echoing down the marble hall. Outside, I felt the evening breeze lift my hair, and for the first time in years, I felt free. That night, Rachel called. I let it ring twice before answering. You really had to make it about you, didn't you? She snapped. No, I said calmly. This time, it was about me. You just finally had to watch. And I hung up. I never saw any of them again after that, not for birthdays, not for holidays. But every now and then, I get a text from Dad. Just 3 words. We were wrong. And every time, I smile. Because sometimes, revenge isn't about destroying people. It's about making them live long enough to realize they destroyed themselves. I never saw any of them again after that, not for birthdays, not for holidays. But every now and then, I get a text from Dad. Just 3 words. We were wrong. And every time, I smile. Because sometimes, revenge isn't about destroying people. It's about making them live long enough to realize they destroyed themselves. If you felt that, if you believe some wounds deserve justice, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories like mine.